Hello. This is Gresh from the I Am CEO podcast, and I wanted to share with you a CEO hack that can make you more effective and efficient. And if you're like me, you've probably created a lot of podcast content and you're trying to figure out exactly how you can effectively and efficiently be able to kind of repurpose those. And of course, it's important to be able to make sure that you're creating content. And I, like very much so, you and many other people understand like how important content is in this day and age. But how do you translate that content so that it can be used on different platforms, whether we're talking about social media platforms or even just different ways that you can try to make sure you're getting people that high valued piece of your podcast? If you're doing a long form podcast, it might be that 3 minutes that talks about a piece of advice that's really important, or it might be an arc or a story that's extremely impactful that you want to kind of have to create to draw people in. So what I wanted to do was share with you a SEO hack that I've come across recently that I think has been extremely impactful just exactly for that reason. And it's called Vizard. So, of course, you're going to go over to SEOhack.co if you want to check out that hack, but also many of the other hacks that you have available to you. And you're just going to go to the search bar and you type in Vizard. And of course, you can always use our link that's in the show notes as well too to be able to find it. But then you'll go from here over to Vizard and be able to kind of check it out and see all the awesome things that that you're able to do. It allows you to repurpose content very quickly. And because I've already created an account, what you're going to do is be able to see all the different options that you have available to you. But what I really love about it is because once you create that content, what you can do is you can just upload it to YouTube, and or you can take the raw file and you can add it here. So that you can repurpose it. So you can literally upload your link, directly here from YouTube. You can drop it here. You can put the link directly here from StreamYard, Google Drive, all these different places, and that makes it very seamless. But if you've done some editing, maybe you just want to take the raw file and put it there for the interview. I think this is a lot of times really good if you don't want to use content that has already been edited, because as it starts to chop it up and to reformat it, you don't want it to necessarily capture those captions or things that you add to your videos to make it a lot more appealing. So make sure that you can, of course, do that. Of course, you literally record a video right here. And you just want to choose the content that you want to share and then literally go through and start recording from here. Or you can import it directly from Zoom too. So gives you a lot of different options so that you can do it fairly quickly to be able to find the information that you're looking for. But at the end of the day, you just want to make sure that you are able to create that content and create it very easily. And they have lots and lots of tutorials as well too. So you want to make sure that you go through and try to find as much as possible. But what I really love is I actually have created a YouTube video yesterday, and then I just want to go through and share that and see what type of bite-sized content that can be created. So what I'm going to do is take this link and I'm going to share this link. I'm going to upload this and I'm going to paste it into Vizard.ai right now. And you can also get an idea that it says it's not really suitable for vlogs or music videos, best for chat casts, educational videos, commentaries, interviews, and speeches. Obviously, this is going to be a little bit more of an education video, but we also use it very heavily for a lot of interviews that we're doing. So it takes a little bit of time. It's going to ask you some information, and it's going to use AI to start to create these clips for you. You can, of course, choose, the different languages that are available that you have spoken within the video. But if you have a specific length that you want for the clips, then you can basically pre-program that. But I'm going to go through and just let this kind of upload. It does take some time to make sure that it is uploading. But while this is uploading, really think about how you can translate that long form piece of content into bite-sized content so that it's digestible for the people that you're trying to serve. If you're trying to have that video maybe be repurposed to TikTok, for example, this is going to be a really great tool to use this. If you wanted to go to Instagram for stories, then this is going to be a really great tool to do that. One of the things that you'll see as I start to go through this and start to look at the videos that were created, you'll notice that there's a lot of really highly valuable ways that you can repurpose content that sometimes you didn't even think of. But I think the fact that you're able to kind of lean on the AI is going to allow you the opportunity to get an idea of like what might be impactful, but you can also make some edits and changes to that. It's also very much so like a tool, a SEO hack that you might be familiar with called Descript that allows you to literally edit as you're seeing the words. So you'll get an entire transcript. From that transcript, you'll be able to edit everything that you have. So it could be included in the video or it could be taken away from the video. But as this kind of closes out, you'll see that it will give you a little bit more, time and breakdown of what exactly these opportunities can be. It will allow you to kind of go through with different templates to be able to figure out what exactly might be the best way that you want to present the video. And I think it's continue to kind of evolve from when I first started using it. And I think it's really something that could be extremely impactful for you if you are thinking about using that. So as this loads, I'll just go through and say, if you aren't familiar with CEO hacks, they're apps, books, and habits that make you more effective and efficient. And one of the things that I absolutely love about the hacks is it allows you to figure out what processes you have within your systems and figure out ways that you can streamline them. I think as we've seen such a rise with AI, as we've seen such a rise with different SaaS tools and technologies, it's allowed us to really rethink how we're working. And I think that anytime that I've thought about how to implement these tools into the overall system or things that we're trying to do as a team, we're always thinking about like how can we leverage this so that we can have the consistency and a predictable output so that the team can focus on the things that actually move the needle forward a little bit more. So if you think about that from just a standpoint, like if you have automated emails or you have automated videos that are being created, what it allows you to do is I think spend more time having conversations with potential clients or building relationships with referral partners. The more time that you're not spending doing the things that can potentially be automated, it allows and frees you up so that you can work more on the business rather than in the business. And I think that's one of the really cool things that happens from there. So as this loads, I want to go back into the 9 clips that it found and how exactly those clips look. And just like I mentioned, it isn't always perfect, but you can always tweak it, which is what I like the most. And it gives you an idea of exactly the virality score that they give you. This paragraph provides a detailed overview of the DISC assessment, its dimensions and benefits of the understanding and appreciating the diversity amongst team members. So it gives you an idea of exactly what this this video is about, and you can literally take a peek of it. And as you see that there's a lot of, changes and updates that I want are really high D. So what you can do is you can go through and edit this, and that's a low quality preview. So you could usually get a higher quality preview if you go through and edit this. But you can, update. This is a picture of the screen. This is me kind of going through that screen. So that might be something that you want to keep or not keep. But you could also go through and, for example, it said the dis, it spelled dis a completely different way. So let's edit this, and I'll just right click. We're going to correct the transcript, and let's do disc. And just like that, you'll see that it updates right there on the video. Also, you can do a lot of changes to the overall caption that's showing up as well. One of the things that I really like is that it has this check mark that you can apply it to all scenes. So you could get that. And let's see a little bit of how that looks. So you see a little of the different options. There's a lot more captions than there were originally. You can go through, of course, and change the text and the font that you're using, the size of that font, and all of these different options. So I think it makes it really cool. But if you want to go back to the clips, you can always, of course, do that. What I really like about this is I feel like it helps you to share the content in probably the best way that you can, and it gives you a lot of different options. I really like that if you have a side by side video, especially for people that are you might be interviewing. If you're doing a Zoom interview, it actually will move both of those side by side images or videos, and they'll kind of create them to be top and bottom. So that's a lot of what it does here. As you see, like even though it's just me that's shown in different ways and it has different videos, it's stacked those videos so that you can see a little bit more. So if you're actually doing an interview, I think that it works really, really well, for that. I don't think it works as well for, multiple videos that you have potentially of yourself, but it still is pretty cool to see that. But if I wanted to talk about this, and so that there you go. So of course there's some edits, so I'm going to go through and I'm going to edit this out up a little bit. And I know one of the things that I saw, it's not silver bullet, it's a silver bullet. And we want to go through and make that change. I really like this, so and from there we'll be able to go through and just listen to this one more time. And being the English major that I am, time to time that comes out, they are, or there, they are apps. And that really kind of sums up exactly of what the power of hacks are. And again, you can go through and change any of these things to really, talk about it. The thing that, you can always undo if you don't feel like that's exactly what you want. As far as text or changes, you can go through, add any specific text. One of the things that I do like is, of course, whenever you're doing any type of content, micro content, you want to potentially add any of your logos or information as well too. So it gives you some opportunities to do that by having them saved. You just want to upload that image, and then you can also do something that I think is pretty cool, which I will show you, is where you can add an outro. So I'm going to go over to another CEO hack, which is Canva, and we actually have a video that we use. And there we go. So it's the video outro. So I'm going to download this outro. We're going to use this outro specifically for this too, which I think is pretty cool. And these are new features that are being added to on a regular basis. So as this downloads, once it pops up, I'm going to go over here and I'm going to add this in here. And once this gets loading, it might take a little bit of time. We're going to be able to take this exact video, which I'll play it. And so that's a video just to kind of pull everything together at the end. Let's see if it downloaded. I think it did download. It's still working on it. Looks like we're going to have two. But at the end of the day, you always want to try to draw, people and the things that you're doing back to the different resources and things that you have. So as we're creating this micro content, we want to draw people back to the website, to your YouTube channel, to wherever you want to draw them. So it's kind of really good practice just to have like a call to action or something at the end. But you want to be very cognizant of the length of the content that you're creating as well, because the longer the content that you create, the more it's going to kind of push against the boundaries that there might be for YouTube Shorts or TikTok. So you just want to be very aware of like what those boundaries are before you create that content, before you add on something like this that could go there too. So this downloaded, and let's find it and upload it. We want to go over to our downloads, and we have our outro. And actually it only allows you 10 seconds. So let's edit this. So through Canva, we're going to make a copy. And we're going to take this and we're going to make this, let's make it 9 seconds. And then we're going to download this one more time. And it should be a little bit faster because it's a shorter video. But again, this will be the video that we'll use to draw people to different parts of the website. And as this loads, as this downloads, I'll kind of go through a lot of the different parts that they thought were going to be important. I think that, again, being able to kind of have two different videos is really cool. I really like this one. And again, just kind of giving that different perspective, I think, is important so that you can look at it in many different ways. And actually switch midway through, but you can go through and edit these videos. And as I try to add this outro in, I'll go through and you can add other media to it. You can, do a lot of tweaks and changes and updates so that it makes it add a whole, exactly what you wanted as far as like piece of content. So as that finished, let's go over and try to upload that again. And it might take a little bit of time. But there we go. So we have this. And now let's take a look at what we have in place. And just like that, you have your shareable piece of content. So it didn't take too long. What you can do is you go through and you can export it and you can view it here. And what Vizard does really well is it'll give you like the 2 to 5 minutes, but it also gives you the opportunity to kind of share this. What are usually the best ways to share any type of content that you're creating. So this is gonna go, to YouTube Shorts, to TikTok videos like that. You can also create a link if you are potentially doing this for clients. You can create that here and just kind of give them a link there. You can also download the raw file once it's done. What I really like about this, which is pretty cool, as it'll also allow you the opportunity to generate post ideas for any social media platforms as well too. So once you click this generate, it takes a little bit of time, but it will give you some ideas of what might be title, description, tags. It always usually adds Vizard at the end. So whether you want to add that or not, you just want to kind of go ahead and remove that. But you have Instagram, you have Twitter, or X, you have LinkedIn, and then Facebook too, and they're, as you see, they're going to allow you the opportunity to be able to connect and share through there. But right now there's a lot of really cool tools that are baked within this. And I think the really exciting thing about creating this is, again, it helps you to save time. I don't know if you've ever taken your podcast and try to chop it up and find all the moments and try to do all those things. It's not a easy undertaking. So this allows you to kind of do that a lot quicker. But you can also really go back to the raw file, and let's just say you decide that, hey, I just want to go and edit this. You can literally go through and chop it up yourself within this platform. So I think it's really cool because it gives you those options. It gives you, to me, it's a lot of times like an assistant that you want to hire, and you can create a clip from there. But it gives you the option to be able to kind of lean on an assistant, an intern that may give you insight into these are probably the best points of the interview. But if you also know that, hey, this was a really powerful point, we have to include this, then you'll be able to do that too. So you can create that, highlight any sections that you want as well too. But at the end of the day, you'll save a lot of time in being able to kind of have these clips that you can be created. And as you see, like, you can start to change right here the different layouts. You can change the themes that you have in place. So if you're doing an interview, like I mentioned, then that will work well. You get a lot more formats usually if you're, I think, working with landscape versus square. But even if you want to take these pieces of content and, rather than have a 10-minute long or 50-minute long interview, you want to take 3-minute segments, you'll be able to do that and just do that from landscape. And you can repurpose that in many different ways. So at the end of the day, you're going to be able to really create some phenomenal content, do that in a quick and efficient way, which is why I love this CEO hack. And I think it's something that you should definitely, consider incorporating into your workflow, especially if you are a podcast creator. So that's the end of this. As always, check out the links and information in the show notes. Would love if you subscribe if you found this of any value, and definitely test drive Vizard. Tell us what you think. It's something I really love, and really great option and great addition to our team. So thanks, and have a phenomenal rest of the day.